Why, hello! Here I am again, and this time with video. Um, I'm gonna keep playing Civ here, so let's keep on that. Single player. Haven't played since yesterday, so I'll just resume game. Oh, so I wanted to sort of chat with my friends about a thing, but nobody's around quite yet. So
steady
I'll
hum
set
of
it up
machinery, the
after
acrid smell of smoke,
this finishes.
vision clouded by ash and soot. These are the signs of changing times. The lure of scientific and cultural advancements is the engine driving your realm forward. Now your challenge is to maintain the delicate balance between earth and man, between peace and war. Great Hammurabi, your word is your law. You live and lead by your code, and will make sure that your empire does too. You see the world as a complex web of alliances, possibilities, and risks. Weigh the odds carefully as you build your empire to unite Mesopotamia.
Okay, here we go. So the thing I wanted to talk about is bias, and I wanted to talk about that because, come on. I wanted to talk about that specifically because it is a thing that touches on a lot of my research. So I work with identity and stuff like that, and there is one theory of identity called social identity theory, and it was created by a bunch of people, but one of the people who I'm going to talk about, or at least probably the person I was thinking about talking about, is a guy named Oli Tajfel. And he looked at identity and how people interact with each other through identity, right? So the first thing that's important to think about with Tajfel is something that he called in-group mentality. And what that means is if you have a group of people that are like you in some way, right? So let's say left-handed. I'm going to avoid all the big heavy things. So let's say left-handed. I am left-handed. When I am with other left-handed people, or even if people are just asking me an opinion of things, I'm going to be intrinsically biased towards left-handed people. And Tajfel would say that there's not a hell of a lot I can do about that because the bias has entirely to do with me um, wanting to see people that are like me, sort of. Um, so that puts us in a situation where, oh, oh no, that was just me. Ha. That puts us in a situation where everyone who isn't like you is in an outgroup, and you're just fundamentally biased against them, even if you don't intend to be. Now, that's not the same thing as saying that you're, you know, going to discriminate against a person and that you're going to take action on any bias, but you do have this bias towards people who are like you, and that means that we have to be kind of careful about thinking about other people, right? So there are valid reasons to be upset at a person or about what a person does or says. There are totally valid reasons. But we are always going to be biased towards people like us. And that presents a problem in a bunch of different ways. So, for instance, we tend to form social groups that are like us, and that kind of reinforces the bias. And there's this sort of the work that I do has to do with how your identity affects your the formation of your social groups and how changing identity can have an effect on those social groups. So if we're looking at it as Tajfel would, when I change when I
It's to see a
change
castle in the
the
fog. You must walk
oh,
there to meet the extraordinary dreams.
when I change the prominence that an identity has for me, that is also going to change how I interact with social groups because I may be making an identity less important, subservient to another identity. For instance, I grew up with a strong sense of family, and I, for a long time, struggled. I had identity conflict about um, about notions of family. I am a non-binary person. I'm queer, and that means that I have had problems with my family to the point where, in some cases, I have had to cut out most of my family. I just don't speak with them anymore. And that created a conflict, right? Because I had this identity in me as being like a part of a strong family or like a strong sense of family as a part of who I was. And that sort of had to leave in order for me to not have to like forsake my identity of sort of one of the core things about who I am, which is my gender and my sexuality. But I would argue that my core identity, the most important identity for me, is academics. I am an academic. It is a thing that I attach to. It's a thing that has tons of meaning for me. In my life, I would say that there's nothing that has had more influence than my like academic acumen and also my academic life. So when I'm thinking about, oh, I have to do ironworking in order to get printing. When I'm thinking about who my peers are, I'm generally thinking about my academic peers. And I don't even mean to. And like I try really hard to catch myself on this. But in the end, when I'm thinking about my peers, I'm thinking about my academic peers. I'm not thinking about I'm not thinking about other people who are similar to my age, who are similar to my income level, who are similar to my race or gender or sexuality. When I say my peers, what I'm thinking of is I'm thinking of the people who are around me in academia. Um, and that's not intrinsically bad, but it also is something that you have to watch out for. It is potentially dangerous because everyone that isn't in that peer group is now an other to me. And that means that sometimes I'm having to make sure that I'm not putting people that I care about a lot or people that I love into an other group. It's really easy to find yourself othering people that you care a lot about. And it can happen as easily as changing your identity. I mean, I've only been a grad student for a couple of years now, and but when I became a grad student, it was a big change in my identity about who I was. And I formed a new in-group. Well, I should have formed a new in-group. In practice, I didn't really. I don't really have any friends in grad school. I've made a couple since I moved to my new school, but at my old school, I don't have any friends. I never formed that in group because I didn't sort of let myself believe that those people were like me. And therefore, I never formed an in group because they weren't like me, right? I wasn't like them. They had things that I didn't have. They had opportunities that I didn't have, and therefore I didn't see myself as like them, even though I would have described them as my peers. Um, and this is really important when we look at this whole concept Tajfel brings up is also really important when we look at how you consume news, how you consume the events happening in the world, because if you see someone on TV who has committed a crime being treated in a way, you're not going to associate yourself, you're not going to put that person in your in-group necessarily. And the reason why that can be dangerous is because that can mean that you're othering them, and that to a certain extent can dehumanize them. Oh, cool. What? Is that the city I just built? What do you mean it's the largest? What? I'm so confused. Hold on, let me look at that again. It's the largest city in our sprawling empire, and other civilizations look with awe. How is it the largest? It's not the largest city in our sprawling empire. Did I just hit 15 with another city, maybe? No, I fucking didn't. That's really strange. Okay. Maybe it's because it's the largest around. Interesting. I wouldn't have thought that, but okay. So where was I? Oh, right. I was talking about how we can be watching the news and see someone, for instance, this is part of the reason why when people see, petty crime being committed by, let's say, like middle class white people, when they see petty crime being committed by a person of color, they're more likely to other that person than they are if they see, a middle class white kid committing a petty crime. And that means that they could potentially look at that person and think, and be more likely to think that you know, they ought to be punished more severely, or that they, deserved to be arrested or whatever. And that's a dangerous idea, because I'm gonna pass on that guy. There's someone else that'll get him in 7 turns. That's a dangerous idea, because that means that those people have lost their personhood, and those people will be treated more harshly, and they'll be discriminated against, not even on purpose. Most discrimination, most racism isn't on purpose. It's by accident, because they're not part of my in-group, and therefore I'm intrinsically biased against them, even if I don't mean harm to them, even if I don't mean to be biased against them. And that can be kind of a rough thing. I sort of battle with that a lot, thinking about how the things inside my head that I don't control are causing me to treat people unjustly. Yeah. I don't know why nobody's around today. I wanted to ask people about what their in-groups looked like, and what identities they held central enough that they felt it constituted an in-group bias, and whether or not they've noticed that bias. I had like a bunch of questions I wanted to ask my friends, and then it looks like nobody is quite around at the moment, but that's okay. Um, that's what happens when you bank on like non-scheduled other people. But usually when I jump in here, a bunch of other people join with me. So I'm gonna play until about 4 today. That's pretty much all the time I have, just because I have school still for a couple more weeks, and then school will be over, and I can relax for like a month. And then in the spring I'm teaching. I'm super excited. Teaching is the reason why I'm going to grad school. I have always wanted to be a professor.
Touching upon the power of
Ooh,
kings,
divine
this
right.
axiom of
New
divinity,
government.
that is, to dispute what God may do is blasphemy. So it is sedition, to dispute what a king may do.
King James the First, commissioner of the King James Bible. He did not in fact write it. It is not in fact the word of God translated through a king's brain. Regardless of what you believe about the Bible, it is a Bible commissioned by a king to be written by monks in English. And that's the reason why it's important, is because it was in English. But now I can get monarchy. And I was the first one. Oh, maybe not. Was I not the first one to have a tier 3 government? Tier 2 government, actually? No, it'll be tier 3. Interesting. Let's see. So now I want to add... Can I move you up here? No, you have to be a wildcard policy. But I can move you over here. And... I don't really need horses or iron. I'm sort of done with those. I guess I could go feudal contract for now. Yeah, that'll do. Pretty soon I'm gonna have to start branching out and declaring more and more people out. Who did I just meet? Oh, I met Singapore. Oh, cool, another production city-state. I really like production city-states in this game because it's putting me, in this, like, playthrough, I mean, because it's putting me in a place where I am able to pump out units once I go to war. Especially, like, if you watched the last episode I did, I was trying to invade this city right here, and it was taking for goddamn ever because of where the city is. I ended up building a vampire castle right next to the city, just so that I could have, like, my vampires heal and stuff there. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass. So I wasted a lot of units. A lot of my guys died. And then I was using spearmen, and they started pumping out swordsmen, so I was just, like, flat out outmatched. I have diplomatic service. Ooh, I want the enlightenment, I think. No, mercantilism. We'll go mercantilism. And then maybe I'll start making some privateers. Envoy. Where am I going to send this envoy? I could take over... I could take over this one. Or I could go to Singapore. I think I'm going to take over this one, because that'll earn me more. Oh, and I met Poundmaker. Cool. Neat. I need another 7... Ugh. I need another 7 era score, rather. Okay, let's see. Where are other people? Who is this? This is... Oh, that's Dido and Phoenicia. Maybe I'll go after Phoenicia next. That's a good spot. I mean, I could drop a city. I could drop a city here or here. Probably over here. And put it right on the coast. Or I could put it here in this little inlet. No, that's actually going to be a worse spot. I'll put it here. And that'll give me a base. Then I can take over Lisbon. That'll be good. That'll be good. Oh, I might actually come over to this little coastal spot here. The Cree. I want to be that guy's friend. At least until I take him over. Shaka usually attacks me. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Although, he's not actually close to me this time. He's like... Oh, actually, I don't even know where he is. Right here? Yeah, this is Zulu over here. So, he won't matter to me until I get to, like, actually taking over Dido. Yeah, I have the Mark of Evil. Yep, I do. I have vampires. I'm evil. I accept it. Chosen player generates 100%. I really don't care. No, I want to generate less, so I'm going to do this. Trade routes sent to the chosen player. I want people to send me trade routes, but not that much. I don't have any diplomacy points. Why don't I not generate them? Oh, natural disaster. Shaka and Shaka. That's bullcrap. Oh, I can purchase an apostle. Have I already codified all of my religion? I have not, actually, so I do want to I do want to make an apostle. What's up, little bug? Come here, bug. Do you want to be on TV? No? One of my cats just came and sat next to me and then she shook out. It was really cute. Yeah, come here. Cats are good for people. No, let me just show you to the internet. Look, this is my Penelope. She's very upset. She was laying down comfortable and I had to go scoop her. Go ahead. That's Penelope. Oh. Okay, let's see. So, vampires. I wonder how that... I guess, like, me going to war here is just one more example of, like, in-group, right? Because I'm like, I am the only thing that matters and I'm going to conquer everybody else. I mean, that's really sort of the nature of all games, but... Oh, look at them coming after my vampire. Oh, god damn it, flooding. I need to build more dams. I thought I did dam that river. Damn it. See? Haha. See what I did there? That was on purpose. I'm very funny. Where the fuck is this river? I genuinely don't know where that river is that it flooded. Oh, it's right here. Okay, so I have to dam that river badly because it just fucked my city up. Hello, people. Oh, it's a it's a Taz. Hello. I believe you're at work. Is that correct? Oh my god, I totally forgot that I had sent him over there.
Maid is all out of iron.
Okay. She was real mad. She just took off. I don't even know where she went. She was quite unhappy with me, though. I love it when my vampire kills things. It's so cool. Let's get some pearls. I'm gonna have Maui grab some pearls for me. So I don't think I have access to any pearls at the moment. In Babylon, let's see. What do I build in Babylon? Do I build Alhambra? I think I build Alhambra. Because that gives me another military policy slot. Yeah, you fucking need to build a dam right goddamn now. See what I did there? Very funny. Oh, cool, lunch break. Well, I'm glad you could come hang out for a little bit. I hope your day is going well. Yeah, she always gets over it. Taz has the, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, pleasure of working in a fine dining restaurant, or I guess, I don't know if Taz would call it that, but it's like a sit-down restaurant. In the middle of the pandemic, so that sucks. Huh. Taz, I'm curious, what would you say is your, like, most prominent identity? Like, if you had to pick a thing that that sort of like was the central thing about you, what would you say it is? Oh, I see. Oh, that's kind of slow. That sucks. Great God of Dams. I mean, not really. I've only built one, and therefore I've gotten screwed. Oh, fuck yeah. That's why I passed on him. 5 stars. That's funny. Oh, I should go take that out. Um, I need units. Where the shit did I move all my units to? There's my general. I want him to go. I want to have him meet that guy over here. What do I build in Kyoto? Oh, I never built my apostle. My apostle. Apostle hostel. Mont Saint Michel. Grants for warrior monks. Yeah, no. I'm gonna build a market. That'll be good. Market, market. Oh, and I can upgrade you to a musketeer. Awesome. And then I'll send you over here towards this thing. Towards this barbarian encampment. That'll be cool. Pagan. Oh, God of Dams, as in like, goddamn. Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I don't think that's entirely wrong. I need 3 more era score. Let's see, 17 turns to get 3 more era score. I have 2 people watching. I wonder if one of them is the Streamlabs bot. I don't know if that counts. That feels like it would be cheating. Although it might not count towards like the towards your like viewer count or whatever. God of Dams. God damn! Yeah, like that. Oh my goodness. Oh my damn. Do you guys remember the Dam Drops guy? I used to love that video. I also used to live right near a Five Guys, so that probably didn't hurt. What? Oh, it's still being built. I was like, why does that dam look like that? That's a damn shame. Wait. Oh my god, I have to sign off early. I totally forgot I have class at 3 o'clock today. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I am going to take this, I'm going to pass this one last turn, and then I'll come on later. I forgot that I have class at 3 o'clock on Thursday for this week only. Well, I am going to get back to my turn, and then I'll save, and I'll sign out, and then I will come back on after my evening class tonight. Yeah, the lag is pretty amusing. It always is. It's honestly, it's not even that bad. Like you're seeing like 3 seconds after, in theory. Like when I've got the Twitch stream manager open and I can see what's playing, and it's genuinely like 3 seconds delayed, maybe 4. That's strange. Okay, here we go. You come over here. What? Oh, you can't go on open water yet. Hello, Mr. Vampire. I'm Mr. White Christmas, I'm Mr. Snow. I'm Mr. 20 below. That. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna save. And I'm gonna say goodbye. Well, I hope folks are having a good day, and I hope Taz's day continues to, or rather gets better, or stays good, whatever it is.